Have you ever felt trapped in the endless storm of your own thoughts, a relentless tide pulling you under, drowning every moment in doubt, fear, and hesitation? What if I told you that the key to freeing yourself from this storm has existed for over 2,500 years? That the Buddha, beneath the Bodhi tree, discovered a path not just to peace, but to a profound freedom from the very habit of overthinking. Today, we explore 10 ways to stop overthinking with Buddhist wisdom, ancient teachings that gently dissolve the chains of anxious mind, guiding you back home to presence, to peace, to yourself. 1. Recognize the nature of thoughts. Impermanence is liberation. The Buddha taught us the essence of all things, anicca, impermanence. Everything in life, our joys, fears, even our thoughts, are like clouds passing through the vast sky of our mind. No thought, no matter how heavy or persistent, lasts forever. Imagine your thoughts as leaves floating down a stream. When you overthink, it's like grabbing every leaf, trying to stop the flow. You strain, you tire, but the stream keeps moving. The liberation begins the moment you stop clinging. In the Samyutta Nikaya, the Buddha said, "Whatever is subject to origination is subject to cessation." This means the moment a thought arises, it will also fade. When you grasp this truth, the compulsive need to control or fix your thoughts weakens. You don't have to own every worry, every what if. They come and they go, impermanent by nature. But how do we train ourselves to see thoughts this way, not as enemies or truths, but as transient visitors? That is where mindfulness steps in. 2. Practice mindfulness. Watch the mind like the sky. Mindfulness, or sati, is the Buddha's prescription for mental freedom. It invites you to watch your thoughts arise and fall away, without judgment, without attachment. Imagine yourself as the sky, vast and unchanging, while your thoughts are the weather. Sometimes stormy, sometimes clear, but never the essence of the sky itself. In meditation, you practice simply observing the mind's movement. You don't chase after thoughts or try to push them away. You become the silent witness. This practice interrupts overthinking because it changes your relationship with your mind. Instead of being a prisoner to endless thought loops, you become a compassionate observer. The more you do this, the less power your thoughts have to dictate your emotions. This is no easy skill. It requires patience. But the calm that follows is profound, a calm where the river of thought flows, but you do not drown. Yet mindfulness alone is not the full story. There's a deeper dimension to how Buddhism teaches us to relate to the self and emotions. 3. Understand non-attachment. Letting go is not giving up. At the heart of Buddhist philosophy lies non-attachment, the freedom from clinging to anything, ideas, outcomes, identities, even your thoughts themselves. Overthinking thrives on attachment to certainty, to control, to how we believe life should be. There is a famous parable in Buddhist teachings. A man carries a heavy burden on his back all day long. When he finally stops and sets it down, he realizes the weight was crushing him unnecessarily. But he kept holding it, thinking it was essential. In the same way, our thoughts can be burdens we refuse to release. Non-attachment teaches us to notice when we are clinging to an idea or worry and to gently set it down. Letting go doesn't mean apathy or resignation. It means accepting the flow of life, including its uncertainties, without desperately grasping for control. And yet, even as we release attachment, emotions still arise. How then do we navigate them without losing ourselves? 4. Cultivate compassion. Soften the heart toward yourself. Buddhist wisdom is not just about detachment, but about compassion, starting with compassion for yourself. Overthinking is often fueled by harsh self-judgment. Why am I like this? Why can't I stop? This inner critic feeds the storm of thoughts, amplifying anxiety. The Buddha's teachings emphasize karuna, compassion, as a balm for the restless mind. When you learn to meet your own suffering with kindness, you create space for healing. Picture yourself as a parent comforting a frightened child. Your thoughts may be loud, but your compassionate heart can soothe the noise. This compassion softens the tension in your body and mind, breaking the cycle of stress that fuels overthinking. But compassion alone must be paired with insight or wisdom if we are to transform our relationship to suffering. 5. Embrace impermanence. Life is a constant becoming. Returning to the core Buddhist insight of impermanence, we begin to see life itself as a river of constant change. Your thoughts, emotions, and circumstances are never fixed. The story of Kisa Gotami illustrates this beautifully. She was a grieving mother who lost her child and desperately sought a cure. The Buddha told her to find a mustard seed from a home untouched by death, a task impossible to complete. Through this, she realized death and loss are universal, part of life's impermanent nature. Similarly, your worries about the future or regrets about the past are transient waves on the ocean of now. When you accept this, overthinking loses its grip because you realize you cannot control the future any more than you can hold on to the past. This acceptance is not defeat, but freedom. The freedom to live in the present moment, unchained from imagined fears. Yet, the present moment is often obscured by constant mental chatter. How do we clear this fog? 6. Return to the breath, the anchor in the present. Buddhists have long used the breath as a tool to anchor the wandering mind. The breath is always with us, an ever-present current beneath the surface of thought. When overthinking takes hold, returning attention to the breath, simple, natural, undeniable, grounds you in the present. Observe the inhale, the exhale. Feel the subtle rise and fall of the chest. This simple act interrupts the loop of repetitive thoughts. It is a reminder that despite the chaos upstairs, the body remains steady, alive, connected. With consistent practice, the breath becomes a refuge, a reminder that peace is always available, even when the mind rebels. But the breath alone does not end suffering. We must also learn to respond wisely to what arises within us. 7th practice. Wise response. Don't feed the monkey mind. The mind is often called monkey mind because it jumps from thought to thought, restless and unsettled. Buddhism teaches us to respond wisely, not react blindly. When a thought or emotion arises, especially one that sparks anxiety or overthinking, pause. Don't feed it with more stories or fears. Instead, ask yourself, is this thought true? Is it helpful? This moment of awareness creates a gap between stimulus and response, a gap where choice exists. In this gap, you may choose to let go, to shift your attention, or to investigate the thought without attachment. It is not about suppressing thoughts, but about not empowering them unnecessarily. But how do you maintain this wisdom in daily life, where distractions abound and old habits pull you back? 8. Create space with meditation, training the mind like a garden. Meditation is the gym for the mind, a place to cultivate clarity, patience, and insight. Like tending a garden, meditation clears the weeds of overthinking and nurtures the flowers of presence. Regular practice strengthens your ability to notice when thoughts arise and to gently release them. Even 5 minutes a day builds a reservoir of calm that seeps into your waking moments. As Thich Nhat Hanh said, "Feelings come and go like clouds in a windy sky. Conscious breathing is my anchor." Meditation trains you to live anchored in the present, no longer swept away by mental storms. Still, meditation is a journey, not a destination. It opens the door, but walking through it requires daily courage. 9. Cultivate gratitude. Shift the focus from lack to abundance. Buddhism encourages us to cultivate mudita, joy in the happiness of others, and gratitude for what is. Overthinking often comes from focusing on what's missing, what might go wrong. Gratitude rewires the mind to notice abundance, however small. Begin each day by naming 3 things you appreciate. They can be as simple as the warmth of sunlight or a kind word. This practice shifts your attention from scarcity to sufficiency, from anxiety to contentment. Gratitude doesn't erase problems, but it softens their impact. Yet, even gratitude is balanced by the truth of impermanence, reminding us not to cling too tightly. 10. Remember the middle way, balance between doing and being. The Buddha's teaching of the middle way advises us to avoid extremes, neither clinging to thoughts nor rejecting them harshly. Overthinking is an extreme of doing, mental doing without rest. Buddhism invites you to balance action with rest, effort with surrender, thinking with being. This balance cultivates harmony within, where you respond to life's demands without losing yourself in thought spirals. It's like walking a tightrope, steady, aware, flexible. Finding this middle way is a lifelong practice, but every step brings you closer to freedom from the restless mind. Overthinking is a symptom of a mind caught in struggle, but the Buddhist path teaches us that struggle is optional. By recognizing impermanence, practicing mindfulness, embracing compassion, and walking the middle way, we reclaim our peace, one breath at a time. If these teachings touched something within you, consider subscribing for weekly Buddhist insights that can help you find calm amidst life's storms. And if you know someone caught in the web of their thoughts, share this video with them. Sometimes, a single moment of wisdom can set a lifetime of freedom in motion. May you find peace in every passing thought.